It's the second time in 3 weeks that the Patriots have a chance to knock off an unbeaten team. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz, NFL.com's Pat Kirwan. Glad to be with you on the NFL Preview Show presented by Tyson Anytizers. The Patriots into the Superdome to take on the 10-0 Saints. 10 straight wins, best ever in franchise history. And Pat, a lot of the attention is going to go to the quarterbacks, and deservedly so. Brady Manning lived up to all the hype. You expecting Brady Breeze to do the same thing?
Absolutely. Two elite players with lots of firepower in their passing game. Good enough pass protection to launch the ball 35 times and have a very effective day. And so whether you're talking about the Wes Welker beat the blitz receiver, you can't blitz those guys because that guy is a blitz beater all the time, or the Randy Moss or Marquise Colston. They got it all, and Meacham's come alive.
You talked about Welker and Moss right there, and that's a big part to this because when you look at the Saints, you're talking about a team that is very banged up in the secondary. 2 weeks ago, they signed Chris McAllister. This week, they bring back Mike McKenzie, who last year had a horrible injury for New Orleans. There's spots here where the Saints may have some big-time problems defensively.
Well, you know, I look at Randall Gay, who was a former Patriot, and I look at Malcolm Jenkins. I thought played very well last week.
But he is still a rookie.
He is a rookie. You just don't want him on Randy too much. But there are not many teams in the NFL that could march those guys out as the third and fourth corner, now the 1 and the 2, and be as good as they are. They'll be fine if there's enough pass pressure. And the Jets went after Brady, and they didn't get there.
Yeah.
So what do they learn from that? Maybe we're going to have to play softer coverage, and if they do that, the Patriots are going to score a lot.
What about the Saints here, Pat? Because they're 10-0, but you still don't get the feeling that people are considering them in the same class as the Colts or even the Patriots, for that matter.
Well, the last 4 weeks, it goes Steven Jackson, Michael Turner, D'Angelo Williams, all well over 100 yards rushing against the Saints. And then last week they gave up over 100 yards rushing to their opponents, so to Tampa Bay. So what are you looking at? You're looking at a team that's not as good as they were. Now, Sed Ellis is on his way back. That's going to help a lot. Sed Ellis was a force inside with the run defense, and if he's able to go and really healthy enough to play well, they might shore that up. But for the time being, Bill Belichick's got to be looking at Lawrence Maroney. And Lawrence Maroney's been playing very well lately to go in there and get him 100 yards on the ground.
And 5 straight games that Lawrence Maroney has punched one into the end zone. How about the Saints running attack? Because that has been a crucial part to this offense this season. It's one of the reasons that they've been able to close out games. Do you think they'll be able to run the football in this game?
Well, you know, yes. Because you're so afraid of the passing attack that you're going to surrender some running. It's like when you play the Colts. You're kind of hoping to hope they run the ball. They can't score as fast as they can in the passing game. So, yes, they'll get some run. But it's interesting what Belichick's been doing with Vince Wilfork. To me, he's a nose tackle, but he'll place him all over the place, and he's created some matchup problems, and he's been a little bit more effective against the run with those guys. You know, they're not the same front seven they used to be with Bruschi and all the other kids they had. So, but yes, there'll be 125 yards of rushing. But if you were playing these Saints, wouldn't you like to give that up? Than the Colston seam routes that go for touchdowns?
Yeah, that's something you'd like to do. You know, the other thing you'd like to do is prevent Drew Brees from putting up 40 points, which is what they were doing at the beginning part of the season. Because, look, Patriots defense, to me, Pat, what this will come down to is who wins the turnover battle. Because New England is plus 12 on the season, and New Orleans is plus 10. So in my mind, whoever gets more turnovers is going to win this football game.
You know, the Saint game against the Rams, when the Rams hung around to the end 2 weeks ago, that troubled me that they can't put their foot right on your throat every week and knock you out. And then for that reason, I'm going to take the Patriots this week on the road to go into New Orleans and end this winning streak. Yeah. And it's you know, that's an easy. I could easily be wrong on this one, but I think Brady and what he's got going on, and he's still in pursuit of making sure they're at least the 2 seed. The Saints are running away with this thing. I think the Saints can clinch now, right? If they win,
they can clinch the South, not home field advantage.
No, but they can clinch the South. So there's a hunger that New England has that I think the Saints are starting to lose because they're so far ahead.
If the Saints win and the Falcons lose or tie, then the Saints would clinch the NFC South in here. That would be in Week 12. We'll see how it all plays out. Should be a very interesting game. In that stretch that you were talking about, they were 13 turnovers in 4 games. They kind of cut that out last week against Tampa Bay. Monday Night Football. For more on the game, stay right here with CBSSports.com. Should be a great one. That'll do it for the NFL Preview Show presented by Tyson Anytizers, the meaty Good Man Snack. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz.
Take care, folks.